Hello, this is Roger Shouse, and this is Jumpstart Rewind. This is part of our Heaven Bound podcast family. Romans chapter 16, verse 1 and 2. I commend to you our sister Phoebe, who is a servant of the church which is at Centuria, that you receive her in the Lord in a manner worthy of the saints, that you help her in whatever matter she may need of, for she herself has been a helper of many, and of myself as well. As Paul concludes the Roman letter, he lists several names of those who have been useful in the kingdom. If I counted correctly, there are 27 specific names listed. The majority are found only here in Romans and nowhere else in our Bible. The details of what they did are known but to heaven, but they played a major role in helping Paul become Paul. Our verse today begins that list with Phoebe. Phoebe, the servant of the church. Now don't get all excited and run past Jerusalem with this. Some hoist a banner that she was a deacon in the church, and we ought to have female deacons and maybe even female elders. She was a servant. Not all servants would fit the description of a deacon as listed in 1 Timothy 3. Paul was a servant, but he wouldn't fit those qualifiers. Jesus was a servant, but he wouldn't fit those qualifiers. One can be a servant without having a title. Phoebe was a servant. One of the beautiful things about traveling and preaching in various places is the joy and benefit of meeting so many incredible brethren. The people of God are the kindest, sweetest, and most generous hearts on the face of the planet. In teaching about Job in the many places I have this year, God said about Job, there was no one like him on the earth. We today say that Job was one of a kind. There was no one like Job. I can't say that about our times. All over this wonderful world, I've met so many strong, faithful, godly men and women who love our Lord with all of their hearts. Some are young, and when I visit their homes, the children are jumping up and down in excitement, and you see the weariness in the parents' eyes. Some have been disciples for decades. What a history they share. The connections are strong, and as our beloved Bowman often said, it's not a small world, it's a big family that we are part of. Here are some thoughts for us. First, we're not told what Phoebe did, but Paul remembered. Others may not know how you serve, but the lives that you touch will be encouraged and help. I can't say that Phoebe helped John or Thomas or any of the other apostles. I doubt she helped everyone in the kingdom, but there was Paul and she could do something for him, and she did. Don't try to rescue the whole kingdom. It's too big and you can't. But like the days of Nehemiah, you repair the walls in front of your house. You do what you can and you're part of the kingdom. The reformer Martin Luther said, if everyone swept a porch in front of their own homes, the world would be cleaner. Make things good in your congregation. Be the bright spot that lifts the weary heart. Be the supporter of the shepherds and those that preach. Be a helper. Secondly, one learns so much by meeting other brethren. I've been given pictures drawn by children. Their images of me sometimes are kind of scary, but I love the tender hearts that took the time to draw those pictures. I've been given the history of congregations, talked about long ago preachers and some of the fine foods that we have enjoyed in the wonderful conversations. People love the Lord. It's easy to see the troubles in the kingdom and concentrate upon things that need to be fixed, but what beautiful hearts everywhere. In a small country congregations and large city churches, it's not the locations, it's not the size, it's the love these folks have for our Lord. I've learned about books I never heard of before. I've been taught things about the scriptures that I did not know. I've come home with ideas from congregations that are doing so well. We are not dying out. We're not defeated. The kingdom is growing and the kingdom is strong. Third, and through all of this, there's one central thread that ties all this together, and that is Jesus. Had it not been for Jesus, I would have never met so many wonderful people, the best people on the face of the earth. Had it not been for Jesus, I would have not been helped in so many wonderful ways. Jesus is what ties all of us together. Jesus is what we have in common. I expect that the reason why Paul and Phoebe knew each other was because of Jesus. A Yankee can feel so welcome, accepted by people in the South because of Jesus. A Republican can eat meal with a Democrat and not be disgusted with each other because we both love Jesus and we love each other. Are you a helper in the kingdom? Do you step up and make a visiting preacher feel accepted? Would you have helped Paul? Phoebe, a servant of the church, a helper of many. If that could be said of us, we are all doing something right. We're doing what we should be doing. Thank you so much for listening.